Hello and welcome to this week's video. So if you watched my video about moving home with my parents, you'll know that I've been out of work for a little while. So I haven't been spending money on extra things like getting my hair done, getting my nails done, all of those like beauty maintenance things that I like to do. But now that I have a job again and it is getting into spring and summer, I felt like it's perfect timing to do a little glow up. So on my list is I'm going to get my hair done today, and I am so excited. I absolutely love my hairdresser. I will put her information down below. Her name is Morgan and she is incredible. But you can tell that a lot of the brown has grown out, and I am really excited to get some lightness put in for summer. And my hair has also grown out quite a bit since the last couple of years. I had got a bob. Now it's finally back to the length that it was before that, and I did the bob kind of impulsively, and I had been kind of almost itching to do it again recently, but I'm really glad that I didn't because the phase kind of passed, and I'm really loving the long hair, and I'm so excited to get it freshened up today. I may even ask her to do a couple of like face framing pieces. I have a few, but as you can tell, they're very grown out, and I feel like getting hair done, at least for me, it makes a huge difference. And I also re-upped my tanning membership, which I know everybody tells you don't do tanning because it's bad, but unfortunately I don't care. But I have gotten so pale, and when I tan I also do put on a sunscreen, which I know is kind of counterintuitive and I don't know if it's actually doing anything, but I feel like it has made the tan seem to go on more even, and my skin obviously just feels a little bit more healthy. And I also really miss having sun, especially having moved from Texas to Oregon. The difference in the amount of sun I get is pretty drastic, and I feel like tanning also really helps with my mood. So I am at the tanning salon. I have been slowly increasing my time. So the first day I did 5 minutes, yesterday I did 8, and today I'm gonna do 10. And this is the sunscreen that I use. And I also usually don't like to include this in the beauty glow up category, but I also want to up my gym membership. I have an at-home gym. I know when I'm out, it's easy for me to just go straight to the gym after work and get that done before coming home, versus when I'm home, it's a lot harder for me to motivate myself to actually go work out in my at-home gym. I also did just try a Reformer's Pilates class for the first time, and it was so fun. I absolutely love the Reformer machines, but it was so expensive, so I'm not going to be doing that regularly. So I think I'm going to leave here in about 30 minutes. All right, see you soon. This is the nicest bathroom I've ever been in. Look at how cool the sinks are. And then it has a seating area. Such pretty wallpaper. Look at this giant mirror. Just a crush, too much, but I didn't know enough. Dun 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 dun! I am so happy with how my hair turned out. It is a couple of days later because by the time I got out of the hair salon, it was dark out, so I didn't want to film it then because I wanted you to be able to see the full color. But I am so happy with it. It's definitely my favorite appointment that she's done. It ended up getting so much more blonde than I expected, especially because it had been so long since I got it done last time that it had darkened quite a bit, and usually it doesn't lighten this fast. So I was very pleasantly surprised. I curled it this morning, and when I get home, we will finish off with all of the little at-home things. And I have been using teeth whitening strips for the past couple of days, so I might do another one of those tonight. I still want to tint my eyelashes. I also have been going to the gym. I got a membership, so it's gonna be nice to feel all fresh and new. I also mentioned earlier this year that one of my goals by the end of the year is to run a 5K nonstop, and I didn't put a time limit on myself because, to be honest, I feel like I'm not naturally a runner. But yesterday I ran 2 full miles, so I'm like 2/3 of the way there for my goal. That was definitely pushing it for me, and my shoes give me a blister when I run more than like 1.5 miles. But I pushed through and I did it, and my mile time was 12 minutes per mile, so that's not good. Since it's only the first quarter of the year and I'm getting reasonably close to hitting the 5K goal, I think once I do that, I'm gonna make the goal to run a 5K with an average 10-minute mile. It took me 24 minutes to run 2 miles yesterday, so I definitely want to pick up the pace a little bit, which is kind of a bummer because I honestly felt like I was like running, not even just jogging yesterday, and it still took me that long. That is where we are. See you in a little bit, I think. But it's been a long day and I am very sleepy, so we're gonna have a cozy, chill rest of the night. So first, I tried to show you in the car, but I don't think it showed up, but I got my nails done. They're just a classic French. I really like them. I went shorter than I normally do, and I went rounder than I normally do, but I just wanted something very classic and easy to move around in and do stuff in, so I like them. I think they're very pretty. But what we're doing tonight is just a couple little fun extra things. I've been whitening my teeth and I actually just had a cup of coffee to wake myself up a little bit more. So I'm gonna brush my teeth, brush my tongue, and put on a whitening strip. I'm going to tint my lashes, and then I might do a lip stain. I'm gonna wax my nose. You know, the hot, sexy stuff. And while that heats up, I'll brush my teeth. Here are the little waxing beads. This is the little tint that I use, and it specifically says, do not self-apply, no DIY, for professional use only. But that's kind of rude of them to tell me what to do. It feels disrespectful, you know what I mean? I just think that I know better than them, obviously. Maybe I'll do that first, because then I can just wash it off. Because after I do all of this, then I'm going to get in the shower. So I'll show you the eyelash tint now. So it has a little plastic spoon thing. You take the tint and equal parts of the developer in the little spoon, and that looks good to me. So this is what we're working with. We're going to just mix it up and see what happens. I feel like you're supposed to mix it for like a couple of minutes or something. So I'm just going to mix it until my little heart is content. So this can be used as a cautionary tale for kids. And I love doing this because I really don't like removing mascara at the end of the day. And so if I ever want to do a lighter makeup look, it's nice to just have some color on my lashes, and then all I have to do is put on a little face makeup. I just brushed my teeth. I'm gonna put on a whitening strip and set a 30-minute timer. I got dye on my finger. Hope that comes off, but if not, it'll be a reminder of the times we shared. And while we wait on the whitening strip and the wax to continue to melt, I'll do a lip mask, or not a lip mask, a lip stain. I like to do it the day before because I feel like it is a little bit too strong when I do it the morning of. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight, and then tomorrow when I'm all dolled up, I will show you the final results of our little glow up refresh. Ta-da! I wanted to do a little final reveal of our spring/summer glow up, but this is my hair when it's all done and styled. When I filmed it in the car, it was later at night, and so you couldn't really get a good view, but this is what it looks like, and I am absolutely in love with it. I think this is my favorite outcome from getting my hair done that I've had before. And my skin is tanner. I do try to keep that to a minimum because obviously I don't want to damage it, and I think I showed you that I also use a sunscreen when I'm actually in the bed, but I definitely feel a little bit glowier. I feel like I have a little bit more color to me and feel a little bit more alive, and my skin is super soft from all of the skincare, and I just feel really good. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it gave you some ideas for some things that you can do. Obviously, if you aren't wanting to get your hair done or get a tanning membership or even a gym membership, there's lots of things you can do at home, or just little small things just to feel a little bit refreshed going into spring and summer. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.
When I say that you are fine, I mean you're mighty fine. You go